Hello Internet, Mo here, and today I am reviewing The Penelopiad by Margaret Atwood. But before I do that, can we take a moment to appreciate the new background? One of my roommates recently moved out, and in doing so vacated the larger bedroom that happens to have a bookshelf in it. So I moved in here, and now you guys get to look at my books instead of my wardrobe, so that's exciting. Anyways, on to the Penelopiad. I just finished this book recently, and I overall really enjoyed it. So this book by Margaret Atwood, by the way, is told by the spirit of Penelope, who is Odysseus's wife, and by the spirits of her maids who were executed at the end of the Odyssey, and they tell their version of the story. It's told mainly in the voice of Penelope for the overall narrative, but there are interjections from the maids throughout the book where they'll get short chapters which are in varying formats. So sometimes it'll be a song, sometimes it's like a scene from a play or a chant, and these were actually my favorite portions of the book. I found them really interesting. I really liked the varying formats, and also I listened to this on audiobook, and I think I really recommend the audiobook, guys. But I think part of the reason I really enjoyed the maids sections was because of the audio. I actually started listening to this kind of late at night in a slightly dark room, not knowing what it was at all, and when the first chapter where the maids are talking came, it was all of this sort of chanting, creepy, eerie thing, and I was like, what just happened? But it was super cool. I'm not sure if it's multiple voice actors or the same voice actor with the recordings layered on top of itself, but the way that that was done in the audio version was just really awesome and kind of creepy, so it ended up being kind of a good like Halloween read, even though I hadn't planned for it to be that. But yeah, definitely recommend the audiobook. The main themes in this book are dealing with injustice and the sort of things that certain groups of people do to other groups of people, and the things that others sort of turn their head and just allow to happen or don't have the power to be able to stop. It's definitely a very feminist book. One of the main themes has to deal with how men treated women, especially historically, and another one being how the upper classes used the lower classes, just however they liked, and in certain ways how these things still happen today. And yeah, I just found it all very interesting. I will say right here that this is not a nice book, guys. It does not pull its punches. It does not shy away from vulgarity or cruelty or any of these grittier subjects. And generally, if there's a lot of that in a book, it bothers me, but this was done very purposefully. And I feel like when it bothers me in other books, it's because it just seems unnecessary. But this was definitely put in on purpose to make a point, to make the reader feel uncomfortable so that that point comes across more strongly. And it was done very well. Yeah, I don't think that I would say that this is a book for everybody, but I think that it does have some really important things to say. There were some theories and ideas in here that I don't know that I really agree with, but overall, the book is just so well done. Margaret Atwood can write, guys. She just puts this all together in a just masterful, brilliant way, and I'm definitely planning on reading more of her work. So if you've read any other Margaret Atwood books that you would like to recommend to be the next one that I read by here, please leave a comment down below. And if you've read this book and have any other thoughts or ideas that you would like to share, please leave a comment about that as well. Until next time, happy reading, guys.